Good morning, everybody. Welcome to one of the best days at Second Helpings every, month or two. Happy graduation day to class 153. My name is Linda Broadfoot. I have the pleasure of serving as CEO here at Second Helpings. Thank you all to the families and friends and supporters of this program who came today. We are so grateful for your time and enthusiasm for these 6 outstanding graduates that I'm going to introduce right now. We've got Marion Donald, Austin Gaither, Amay Horson, on her way, Nate Holtman, Jimmy Cleety, and Ricky Grubb. You guys rock. We're excited to hear from you in a minute. And your leaders of the Culinary Job Training Program, Chef Kyle and Chef John. Kyle, do you know what graduation this is for you? How many? Okay, many. And this is Chef John, our new Chef John Askelson instructor. It's his first ever graduation. So again, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for supporting these amazing folks as they've gone through the last 7 weeks. These guys really put them through it, so we're excited to see what happens next. These things don't happen without amazing sponsors and supporters of Second Helpings. So we want to send a special thank you to Jim and Jeanette Lowe's, who could not attend today, but I know the graduates have heard from them separately. So thank you to Jim and Jeanette for supporting this program. Also, modules 1 and 2 were supported in addition by the Allisonville Christian Church. Reverend Bo Underwood is here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tim and Jeanette, for also to make it happen, longtime volunteers of Second Helpings. And thank you to the employers who help us with internships and stages and obviously ultimately employment, which is the goal here, right? So thank you all for being a part of this. It is my pleasure to introduce one of the many outstanding partners for this program. Employee Indy is a true, can I say, believer in Culinary Job Training Program. We receive CDBG funding through Employee Indy, and Marie McIntosh leads that organization, and she is here to speak to us this morning. So welcome, Marie.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, I like it. I want to take a moment to just thank Linda and the Second Helpings team for inviting me to come here to speak today. I also would just like to, say happy St. Paddy's Day, even on this sort of cold, wintry morning. And for those who are March Madness fans, I hope that your brackets, that they went well, if you all are watching any of the basketball going on these days. But obviously we're here today to talk about you, about the graduates, and I'm really excited to spend a little bit of time talking about Employee Indy's mission, vision, and why we believe in culinary job training. So as Marion County's Workforce Development Board in Indianapolis, Employee Indy is a dedicated intermediary between job seekers, between students, education institutions, training providers, and employers in our community. So what we do is we work with a broad ecosystem of partners in Indianapolis, over 1,000 employers and partners who are all working together to try to create a really economically vital city that we live in, like a city that's full of economic growth and opportunity, and one that really focuses on providing seamless support to individuals who are working to improve their career trajectories, improve their livelihoods, like these graduates here today. And of course, one of those organizations is indeed Second Helpings, which Linda already referenced. The Employee Indeed directly supports Second Helpings on behalf of the City of Indianapolis's Department of Metropolitan Development's Community Development Block Grant Employment Services Program. It's a lot of words there. But ultimately, what we're trying to do is shepherd grants to local community-based organizations and training providers like Second Helpings so that we are creating more relevant training opportunities for people in our community, like this awesome program that we're here to celebrate the graduates of today. So I imagine that you as graduates are here today because of a love for cooking. I've enjoyed reading a little bit about your stories and what's brought you here today, and your desire also for a growing career. And what we know is that in today's world of work, it takes a lot more than just passion or interest to really make things happen. You have to have a lot of persistence, a lot of perseverance to capitalize on those interests that you have and actually turn them into a career. So I have no doubt that by joining this program and having the guidance of these chefs over the last few weeks, that each one of you today have demonstrated not only your desire to advance your career, but also to invest in yourselves by learning the skills that it will take to succeed in the culinary world. But what I understand of this program is that since its inception, more than 980 people have graduated from the Second Helpings Culinary Job Training Program, which makes to me when I see that this is class number 153 that is happening today. This is my first opportunity to be here, though, to congratulate a group of graduates, and I'm just so proud to support this program and how it was newly revamped, I believe, this last fall, where you've had a number of new students participate, including, of course, all of you. And it seems like the new modules that have been developed really focus not only on cooking techniques, but also on all of the important life skills that you need to be successful once you're out in the culinary world. Things like time management, like managing the stress, managing all of the different things that you'll need to do to be able to really have a successful career in a culinary field. So we are so excited too. At Employee Indy, we really care not just about those skills that you've gained in the moment with the training, but the fact that you guys will have the opportunity to potentially continue your training. As my understanding is that you have earned 5 credit hours from the culinary program at Ivy Tech Community College and received a certification that then can help you continue your education. And we're all about that because the reality is that in today's world, you've got to have lifelong learning happening, you got to keep on training, and that'll keep you relevant and prepared for lots of good jobs in the job market. So I love as well that you've had internships and that we have the support of employers doing this kind of work. Employee Indy really believes that career-connected learning is the way to go, that learning on the job is what will help you to be successful once you're out there in the real world. So in closing, I will just say that it's my hope that this program has not only sparked like a deep interest for you in your prospective career, but also a desire for you to continue your learning, that you will take this moment, take this opportunity, and really make it happen for you as you move out into your employment. I see from some of the descriptions in the program that you've had the opportunity to do things that I think of as like food network opportunities, where you had to, you know, have a competition to get food together in a certain amount of time. You've experienced a lot of like high stress environments, and I know that that's all going to serve you very well as you move out into the real world, and I can't wait to see what you do next. So I'm very pleased to be part of today's celebration, and again, on behalf of Employee Indy, I extend my sincere congratulations to each and every one of you, and wish you the best of luck in the chapter of what you do. Thank you.
Have to excuse my voice. It's a little off today, so I apologize for that. Here we are, guys. 7 weeks later, here we are. You know, at the beginning, Linda asked me what class number I'm on. I had to actually really think about that. This is, I started with class 113. So this is class 153. That puts me at 40, if I did my math right. And that's 40. That's 40 groups of people that have sat in chairs just like that, sitting here waiting on this moment, and 40 groups of people that have been through 7 weeks of trials, of struggles, all the things that you guys dealt with. Not maybe the same things, right? But struggles nonetheless. So you now are connected with 40 groups of people that exactly what it feels like to be where you are. Questions: what am I going to do next? Where am I going to go? How am I going to get there? These are all things we've been talking about for the past 7 weeks. And I don't expect you to have the answers to those now. But I hope that over the past 7 weeks, I've been able to at least help you draw in closer, figure that out, find your anchor, right? Because in the next coming days, when it's hard, you got to go back to your anchor. When the times that you're ready to quit, when the times that you're ready to say, I don't know if I can do this anymore, you've got to go back to your anchor. Don't forget that. Also, remind yourself of the victories, because that's what's going to keep you going forward. That's what's going to keep you pushing. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you as your instructor. But it doesn't stop with me. It doesn't stop with Chef John. Find someone to learn from, to get under their wing. Everybody has that person who's going to be formidable in their career. One of my chefs is sitting back here in the room. It's an honor to be able to stand here and do this with one of my chefs present. And I hope that for one day, for you in your future, you get to experience that same feeling. So, thank you. Also, I would like to introduce our new chef instructor, Chef John Askelson. Chef John is now on week 5, closing week 5, right? Or 4? Or 3. Time. Doing an amazing job. He got to experience Corks and Forks. He came in at week 5 with these guys at breakfast week and really just seen, he's familiar with second helpings and the impact, but now really in a few weeks in on the job is really seeing just the fruit of what we do here. And so we're very thankful that he's here, and I'm very thankful to be working alongside him in this mission of what we do. So now we get to move on to the fun part. It's all fun, but this is the really fun part. We have some certificates and some awards that we like to hand out. And the first one we have is the certificate for the outstanding performance on the ServSafe exam. So while students are here, we do what's called the ServSafe Food Handler certification, and this is a baseline level certification within all things ServSafe and food safety wise. So we spend a full day on this, and then at the end of the day they take a ServSafe exam. And so we think it's very important to honor the top score for this, because food safety is probably the #1 most important thing to what we do as chefs. Yes, we care about putting out great food, but we don't want to make people sick in the process. So we train how to think about food safety and how to serve food correctly. And so it's really important, and safety is our #1 priority here at Second Helping. So with that being said, the certificate for outstanding performance on our ServSafe exam is going to be awarded to Nate Holtman. Next is our certificate for outstanding performance in the Knife Skills Award. And so around week 2 of the program and into week 3, the students go through their knife cuts. And we spend a lot of time working on this. We really try to drill it in, how important it is. And I like to tell them think of this as the wax on, wax off of the training. It's the part that we build in the discipline, right? And it's not because we just want to see these tiny little itty-bitty cuts, but it's what's going to give you that muscle memory and that ability to execute the same cut every time without being able to think about it. So with that, our certificate for outstanding performance on knife skills award will go to, oh, and I have to comment on this first, because before I hand it out, this student, the knife cuts were laser precise, and it always feels so good. You know, it's not easy. You know, I think back to school, I had about, I think it was 8, maybe 10 weeks of straight knife skills in Culinary 101. So longer than this program is, and these students only get a small amount, a fraction of that time. And so to be able to pump out, I mean, they looked like they had been machine cut, and I was blown away by that. So with that, this award goes to Ame Horsley. The next one is my personal favorite. This is our Ralph Comstock Soup Award, and we cherish this award, A, because it's in memory of Chef Ralph Comstock, who dedicated well over 16 years, I think. I don't have my script, so if I botch this, I apologize. He dedicated well over a good chunk of time to Second Helpings in service. So we'd come in as a volunteer instructor. And Chef Ralph was also well known throughout the state and the country. He had worked with Aramark and retired from there, and worked as an adjunct instructor at Ivy Tech. And so a very busy man, as I'm sure you can imagine, but to be able to carve out time all the way up to his last moment of life here to Second Helpings, coming in, working with students, sharing his recipes, showing them how to make soups, showing them what makes a great soup, and sharing that passion with them. And so we carry this on in his honor. And so it's the most favorite day for all the volunteers and all the staff and even the chefs, and we just love it. The students blind draw a recipe, and they prepare that recipe, and we guide, but we don't try to give them too much because we want it to really feel like a competition. And so with that being said, our award for this goes to the student who prepared a delicious chicken confetti soup. And the knife cuts were brilliant because this was prepared by Ame Horsley. Last, and certainly not least, this certificate is for perfect attendance. And we do award, so we have a module system that we use. And within each module, we award perfect attendance at the end of each module. But then also here at graduation, we honor the students who had perfect attendance all the way across the board, from day one to today. And that is really significant because what it means is they're able to be here every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 2, when they're not, you know, it's not a job, so they're not paid to be here. You know, they're here to get a job, right? But also, on top of all of that, they have the struggles, the challenges, the doubts, the things that come up. You shouldn't go in today because you're going to bomb this. And, you know, all the negative talk that could maybe come in. And to be able to fight against that and not allow situations to get in the way. So with that being said, I have half the class. And I believe, you know, I tell you guys, what's one of the things I say in the very beginning, there's always a first. For something. I look for that. I don't know why, it's my little quirk, but I always look for the class. Every class has a first. This class is the first to do this, and this class is the first to do that. This class is definitely my first class that I can think of that I've had half the class have perfect attendance from day 1 to day 7, and that's phenomenal. So that being said, our perfect attendance awards, I'm going to do this all in one shot, is, and if we could hold applause and then applause, that'd be great. We have Ricky Grubb, Austin Gaither, and Ame Horsison.
Hi, I'm Nora Spitznagel, the Senior Director of Programs, and not only do I think I have the best job in the building, part of why I have that is I get to introduce the graduates. So they'll be receiving their toques, diplomas, and things, and we'll talk about that a little bit as we go. But our first graduate, Marion Donald. The toques are a sign that they're a culinary professional. You'll also see the pins on their jackets. They have received a national certification as a kitchen cook. Austin Gaither. Oh, sure. Austin Gaither. Ame Horson. The graduates have also gotten to do a lot of cool things. They've taken several field trips. They went to Riley Hospital, Public Greens, at Conn's Catering gave them a tour, which included the Indiana State Museum and the Idol Jorg. You have a thing I can do Nate Holtman. Jimmy Klebe. Ricky Grubb. Not only did our students get to participate in those great field trips to see what happens actually in the field, but they got to participate in 2 of our events. So Super Bowls, which was held here, and then Corks and Forks. So they've had the opportunity to meet dozens and dozens of chefs and work alongside them in the community. So it's been an exciting class for that. Now here's our favorite part, is that the graduates, you guys are graduates, you're not former students, you're graduates, get to say a little bit of something. So we'll start with Marion.
I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that supports this organization and make it possible for us students to come here. Thanks to the staff and volunteers for making us welcome every day. And it's been an awesome experience. I've appreciated it, and thank everybody so much.
Well, good morning. Well, first, giving glory, honor to my Savior, Jesus Christ, and thanking the Lord for providing me for this opportunity. I'd like to say thank you for all who truly donated their time and energy, especially getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to do this. But it's truly been a blessing, and one thing I will say that I will continuously donate my support to Second Helpings. Like, I even share one of my friends to apply here so they can experience what I experienced. So I want to say thank you, guys.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. When I started this program, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And that was kind of hard because I didn't know what I wanted to do in the culinary world. And to be honest, I still don't. But I know now that at least I have a place somewhere to take off from. And that's big. And that honestly would have never been possible without the help of my partner who's here today. So I just want to give a special shout out to them. They're over here in the purple's hoodie. Thank you, everyone.
Hey there. This is just a wonderful, wonderful program. I want to thank the staff, the volunteers, my lovely family and friends who support this program and support me. And I recommend, if you know somebody who wants to get a head start on life, refer them to this program. It really does just change people. So thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank my Levy family over here at Fieldhouse. Working with these chefs, man, they not only lead by example. You know, they'll take out the trash, they'll mop the floor, they do everything. They never ask anything of me that they wouldn't do. Chef Chuck's been real supportive in my recovery. You know, I'm very open about my life through addiction and coming out of that. Whenever I need time off or anything, he's always supportive. They put my personal life first, which is something you don't get from a lot of companies, you know. And when I talked to them about coming here, they gave me all the time in the world I needed to finish this program, and I appreciate that. Miss Jackie Kelly from Back on My Feet, I've known her, we're coming up on 4-year anniversary, you believe that? And she's seen me from the beginning, so Back on My Feet kind of helps people get jobs and opportunities through running, walking, and whatever however you show up for that. And I've found a way to support my addiction through running and a coping mechanism. And since then, you know, I've been able to run multiple marathons and half marathons from the blessings of Back on My Feet. And, so I'm glad you got to be here. I would like to thank Second Helpings. The multiple layers of effort everybody puts in here is, I didn't know because I came through Pathway to Recovery where we show up off the streets and we're fed right off the bat. So we don't have to go to grocery stores or we don't have to worry about the feeding or the shelter part of that, right? So being able to come here through CJT and get to witness what you guys do on a daily basis is amazing. And also, I would like to thank my classmates. We couldn't have a group of more different different individuals here. You know. Scrap, yeah, like Ame says, we're a scrappy bunch that showed up during our breakfast week when the pressure was on. We didn't fold. We stuck in there and held up each other. We all showed up the best we could. You know, what's been hard for me is I'm not any good at this culinary stuff. You know, I have more of a technical background. I never saw myself coming down this avenue. You know, it's like to do my best and not get any extra certificates. You know what I mean? That's been my challenge through this program. It's like I'm not good, and being able to hold up classmates and be supportive of them. You know what I mean? It's definitely been a challenge, but when I'm struggling, they hold me up and they surround me and look out for me. So thank everybody for being here, and appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here. It's a very blessing to be here with my teammates and my chefs. My first week here, I started. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but for the help of my teammates, man, they pushed me to the program. It's very good. It helps the opportunities to get out there and apply for jobs, and without them, I wouldn't be here today. So I want to thank everybody here and my friends, and so I want to thank you. And
I'm not crying. I would like to introduce Elaine Gaither, who is one of our wonderful Board of Directors members. I should also add an instructor.
I kept that a secret from you guys. Well, thank you, Nora, and thank all of you for coming today. On behalf of the Board of Directors, congratulations. We're extremely proud of all of you, and we hope for your best for your success in the future. And I have to agree with Linda. She's like, what? You agree? No. Graduation day here is Second Helping's mission at its best. Absolutely. And Marie, by the time you're last, all the good stuff's taken, right? But Marie did touch on life skills, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit. It's defined by the ability to enable individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. Our students learned communication, stress management, assertiveness, time management, decision making, conflict resolution, and critical thinking. That's a lot. And we build all that into the system. I mean, it was there, I think, always, but we really beefed it up when we were told, and studies also show that employers across the board, whoop, can you still hear me? Sorry, I can do it with or without the mic. Employers across the board, and not just in the culinary or food industry, are looking for people with those skills. So just being aware of them puts you a step above, and we've talked about that. So in response to that, I have this handy dandy handbook that Chefs Keith and Kyle laboriously developed. So thank you for that. It can be passed down to everyone. It's an incredible tool. It's a great resource, and I want you to continue to use it, okay? It's just like your culinary schools. You didn't learn it, and you're going to continue to use those. It's the same with the life skills. I was going to say, you can't learn it all in the classroom. You just can't. You can't learn this whole thing in 7 weeks. But you need to practice it, have a commitment towards it, And when you do master these skills, and I told you you could be doing it for 40 years and still not master it, but when you do, you're going to ooze that confidence and that positivity that those employers are looking for. So that's what we want. And then also, life skills enhance all of your relationships naturally. But the main relationship is with, come on, yourselves. And also, I want anybody in this room to raise your hand if you are a spouse, partner, parent, family member, friend, neighbor, coworker, and now I'm going to add pastor to the list. Anybody that I forgot, I want you to raise your hand. Come on, because we have some people. It was your love and support that made it possible for their dream to come true. And my husband told me not to say this, but in a sense, you're graduating today too. You didn't do that work, but to me, you graduated. And in closing, remember when I told you that the sun, the moon, and the stars aligned, and that this was a gift put on your lap, and that you deserved it. It was your time. And today, I'm here to tell you that the whole time you were here, you were inspiring all the people in this room. And it's you that's the true gift. So thank you. Thank you for sharing yourself with me as well. Thank you.
I would like to introduce two very important members of the Culinary Job Training Team. One, Ann King, who teaches them employment skills, resume writing, takes them through mock interviews, and works on employing them. So for all of you that are supporting people and your graduate isn't employed, Ann's the one to talk to. And then Tanya Watson is busy. She's our coordinator, and she's busy coordinating right now. She's the one who worked with them through applying for the program, fitting them through their jackets, and their biggest cheerleader. So thank you. Yay! Jimmy alluded to it, but there's a lot of other things that are happening in the building right now behind us. We're rescuing food, tens of thousands of pounds of food as we speak. We have volunteers working very hard making over 4,000 meals today that will go to other social services at no cost. So part of what we do is save the community money and let all of our great partners like Pathways do what they do, and we can help with the food part. So we couldn't do it without you, so thank you. And speaking of partners, Taylor Bakery is one of our first donors. We have another donor back there, Nicole Taylor's Pasta, but we have Taylor Bakery cake and coffee there, and if you'd like water or sodas or anything, we can show you where that is, or if you'd like a tour, let us know. So congratulations, and thanks for being here, everybody.